So, I was playing through Bloons Tower Defense 6 and just taking in the sheer amount of potential that the game has. I mean, there are dozens of different towers and monkeys, along with over 100 different abilities and upgrades for all of them. And that got me thinking, what is the worst tower in all of Bloons Tower Defense? I mean, there has to be at least one that is significantly worse than the other. Glue Gunner. It's the Glue Gunner. It's cheap, its main purpose to be used early game to slow down balloons, but honestly, it would be more worthwhile investment to have more high damage towers. I mean, it has the ability to slow down Moab class balloons, but that's later down the upgrade line, and let's be honest, you're not exactly going to be focused on upgrading your Glue Gunner when Moab starts showing up. Like, honestly, how good is a tower that can't even do any damage? Okay, let me rephrase that statement. How good is that offensive tower that can't do any damage? But you know, maybe I'm a bit too hard to judge. Perhaps it has a lot of in-game applicability. I know it doesn't really start out as an ace of a tower, but maybe it's hiding its potential for moments like this. And maybe, just maybe, we can reach level 100 by only using Glue Gunner. Yeah, no, this thing's a piece of shit. Its distant cousin the Ice Monkey though, a tower that can actually do damage while still being considered an awful tower. Now that is a piece of shit I can get behind. But yeah, as you saw in the title, our goal for today is to reach level 100 in Bloons Tower Defense with only the worst tower in the game, the Ice Monkey. Now, like all challenge videos, there's some rules I need to go over before we get started. First of all, we will be using exclusively Ice Monkeys since that's the whole point of this challenge. However, I will allow access to one and only one Monkey Village. This is because, for some insane reason, the developers thought the Ice Monkey was a bit too overpowered and needed a nerf in the form of white and zebra balloons. Luckily, with the help of the Monkey Village and the intelligence upgrade, it will give the Ice Monkeys the ability to pop those balloons with ease. Secondly, power-ups are allowed, which means we can get all the supply crates we need for some early game cash, just as long as it's not completely overboard. And finally, we need to reach level 100 on any game mode from easy to impossible. And before we go any further, I just wanted to say that if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe. It only takes a second and it really helps with the channel. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get started with the challenge. So starting out this challenge, I thought it'd be fitting to choose the ice map because, like, Ice Monkey and ice map, you get the idea. This is going to be our main map for this challenge, so going into it, we're going to choose easy mode and work our way up through higher difficulties to let ourselves get a hang of using the Ice Monkey. We begin by placing the Ice Monkey on this leftmost circle so it's able to get its maximum range. We then proceed to commit a fucky wucky and give the wrong upgrades to the Ice Monkey, which causes a balloon pass. I quickly reset the run and act like that never happened. We can go and give the Ice Monkey the right upgrades before saving up enough money to get the Monkey Village. Now the reason why it's so important to have a Monkey Village early on instead of later is because at round 22, the white balloons start showing up. You know, the ones that have no physical way of being destroyed by our main source of damage. So we get that village out and come across the first issue with the run if you don't count the white balloons. We can't actually hurt the white balloons to help we get the intelligence upgrade, which costs, yeah, a lot of money. But it's fine because like I said earlier, we can use power-ups, and with those power-ups we can take out some cash drops and carry on. Is what I would have done if I remembered that I had them. But that's fine, we go into the next game, and this time we actually pull out the cash drops ahead of time so we can afford the upgrade and not die in an easily preventable way. Oh, and just to be sure I don't die in one of the early rounds, you'll see me place down these tacks just so I don't lose nearly as much health as I would have lost, making it easier to survive the later, harder rounds. We get another Ice Monkey down to help us stop the faster balloons, and that works just long enough for us to afford the Intelligence Bureau upgrade for the Monkey Village. And now that we have that upgrade down, we can finally work on improving our ice power. So we get another Ice Monkey down and check its upgrades to see if anything works well on Moab, since that will be our biggest concern from this point going forward. And so we settle on going down the bottom path of the upgrade tree, which gives us access to cryo cannons and icicles, which do major damage to Moab class balloons. And with that, we get some more Ice Monkeys down, and as round 40 hits, we take out the Moab with relative ease, since after the big bloom pops, the blooms can't really go anywhere while they're being constantly frozen. But we take that win and go into medium difficulty with what we had learned. Speaking of medium difficulty, I started the round just the same as I had done before. I got that initial Ice Monkey out and played almost exactly how I did last time. However, that proved to be an issue since the monkeys and upgrades costed more and meant that I wasn't able to afford the intelligence upgrade in time, leading to an unfortunate loss on round 25 to some zebra balloons. But this is fine, and actually a pretty easy fix. I simply purchased one more cash drop, and yeah, we got it going. So I go back in this time being a bit more cautious with how much money I have. I place the initial Ice Monkey, get my cash drops, and on round 18 I purchased the intelligence upgrade, making my life a whole lot easier. All I had to do from there on was make sure I had enough damage to take down the Moabs and stop other balloons from sneaking in. And I had most of that covered leading into round 40 with Moab class balloons. And I had a close call when I forgot I needed to upgrade my Ice Monkey one more time to be able to actually hit the Moabs. But luckily I remembered just in time and made sure we survived for the time being. After that, I got a bunch more Ice Monkeys out and put them all on the Moab defense. And when round 60 came, the first BFB we handled with ease. And upon being round 60, I was feeling good about our chances since we already had more than halfway to round 100. So I pushed forward with our strategy of getting Ice Monkeys and upgrading them to Icicle Cannons. And it was looking pretty good for a while. We even managed to get past the 0MG on round 80. But that was until round 93 where we got a sneak attack by the DDTs and had to reset the run. Which I would like to say was bullshit. You even see me react to the DDTs as soon as they come out by hitting them with a Freeze Storm ability. But there was just enough of them to swiftly ignore that ability, and on top of that, I didn't have enough money to buy any more cash drops, so I was left farming cash for about 20 minutes before I could actually give this challenge another shot. But I guess it isn't all bad. It gave me an opportunity to level up my Helicopter Monkey, which is a plus, but I'm still not happy about it. But finally, after we got our money back up, we purchased the cash drops and a few road tags, then started up another game. And this time we were going to try something new. You see, where I believe we went wrong with last time was how diverse our monkeys were. We put too many unnecessary Ice Monkeys meant to hurt the Moabs, but they were simply less efficient than the Icicle Monkeys, which we should have been focusing on. So the new strategy is to simply discriminate against all other monkey types. And I guess that one Ice Storm Monkey, he's chill. So yet again, we start out the game by getting our first Ice Monkey out to deal with the early level balloons. Then we focus all of our attention on getting enough money to afford the Monkey Intelligence upgrade. But before we can fully afford it, we set up some tags on the road to stop the early white balloons. Then on round 23, we get the Intelligence upgrade and swiftly shift our focus to dealing with the first Moab on round 40. So we get a few more Icicle Monkeys out and start upgrading them into Cryo Cannons and Icicle Monkeys. That way, when round 40 comes, we are fully prepared and handle it with ease. And from there, we are just going to be setting up more and more Icicle Monkeys, and occasionally throw in a Snowstorm Monkey. But yeah, our main focus is just getting higher damage output and more area we can hit. This is so we don't run into the same issue as last time where we were overrun by DDTs with not enough space to hit them. And as you can see throughout the rounds, I really lock in on this idea of getting better damage output with how many Icicle and Cryo Cannon Monkeys I'm getting down. And we managed to break down the first ZOMG on round 80 with relative ease. The only thing I was worried about at this point was round 93 and all the DDTs that would come through then. I even slowed the game back down to normal speed so I wouldn't miss using the Snowstorm ability when they came. But thankfully that fully upgraded Snowstorm Monkey came in clutch, slowing them down just enough to not cause any issues and letting us break through this milestone. But of course it isn't done just yet, we still need to get past level 100. So in the following rounds, I prepare by getting all the Ice Monkeys out and leveling them up as fast as I possibly can. And when level 100 finally arrived, I pull out all the stops. I use a Monkey Boost to make all the Ice Monkeys fire faster. I pulled out some road tags, which I guarantee did nothing to stop him. When the balloon got closer to the center, I hit it with an Ice Storm, which maybe did something. I even pulled out whatever this thing was. I don't know what it did, but it clearly helped since a few moments later we managed to take down the balloons and beat level 100, and fittingly was gifted a free Ice Monkey. But just like that, we had done it. All 100 levels finally taken down with only Ice Monkeys. Plus that one Monkey Village, but we don't need to talk about that part. But I wasn't done just yet. The rounds were still ticking. I was eager to find out how long the Ice Monkeys could keep this up. So after a few more rounds of good effort, we finally meet our demise on round 119 to 3 BADs, which I should mention we didn't take a single one down, which means that earlier on round 100, the only reason we took down the first BAD was because of the power-ups, which is a slight bummer and shows the several downsides and imperfections the Ice Monkeys have, but we already got this far, so I'm counting it as a win. Which means we had managed to beat the game on easy, we beat it on medium, we didn't beat it on hard because of financial issues, but we brought it back by beating it on level 100. And with all of that said and done, what have we gained? The knowledge that even though the Ice Monkey may only be viable when relying on other towers an excessive amount of power-ups, it is still not as terrible as the Glue Gunner. Hey, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second and it really helps with the channel. I also stream over at Twitch at twitchtv.com/RubyAstroff if you ever wanted to see more content like this. And if you know any way to complete this challenge without having to use boosts or a Monkey Village, please leave a comment, and who knows, I may come back to this and give it another shot. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Laters!